I would say lemon.
All right, then who would like to remind us what happened last week?
We learned that fire does not play well with fire.
Perk
I do
learned
not.
that he can dance through fire.
Alma learned not to play with pudding.
Uh-huh.
Rizwin learned that hammers and black puddings don't mix.
And then hammers and glaze.
It's true. Punch smite is a thing. Also, stalagmites go boom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We found a hole.
Yeah, we found a hole.
We went to
Climbed
the
down the
hole.
hole. After figuring out how to get the cat down the hole, which ended up flying the cat down the hole.
The most important thing we learned is cats can fly.
Yeah.
And then we came to Gemstone Cavern. Also, we did have some tense moments camping in a tunnel where we thought that there might be some tunneling beasts, like right beside us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people were getting a bit stressed from that. You know, just that whole like sensory deprivation when light goes in. I'm just going to go shut my window.
Oh yeah, someone rolled poorly on, I don't know, a con save or something like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That was before the fight with the oozes, right? That
Yes.
rest. We've only had
Yes.
one long rest down here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We are not at long rest, right? We have something spent.
Yeah. Everything that we spent in that. Well, we had a short rest after the ooze fight, but not a long rest. I'm keeping track of the days in my notes as we go now instead of having to count whenever somebody wants to know.
Good idea.
Since I'm not writing journal entries anymore, it's easier to keep track of this way.
Boy misses the journal entries.
These things may be related.
So we learned that Zoe has personal property issues.
I don't think anybody else learned that.
Okay, well, someone learned that.
Learning experience all around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're all. That's everything, I think. And
Yeah.
anything else? There's no glaringly obvious holes that we just glazed over. That you're like, God damn it, why didn't you remember this?
I don't think so.
Just the glaringly obvious hole that we repelled down.
Yeah.
And this Jamestown cavern is like huge. We don't know if there are hidden steps somewhere, but at least we know like one unquote main road.
So at the end of last session,
I need to stop you. My mom made the most beautiful cake ever.
aww.
Continue.
Alright. So at the end of last session, you had just come upon this cavern full of crystals. We're walking down a sort of chimney-like structure down into it. And as you continue walking down, you walk through this garden of glass, thousands of these crystals growing out of the ground, each emitting a tiny amount of light and reflecting the light of their neighbors, creates this kaleidoscope effect throughout the whole cavern. You pass by crystals that are as tall as you, some that are 3 or 4 times as big. You can see your slightly warped reflection as you pass them by. This cavern is massive. As you descend even further, moving around crystals, you can see that there's even more to the cavern, other nooks and passages that you couldn't see before. The rock chimney that you're walking down intersects with other platforms that go all different directions. You still don't really see solid ground beneath. Looking out at this site, you find yourselves overwhelmed with possible directions. They could have gone anywhere, and with some care and climbing equipment, you could probably also go anywhere.
Dang it.
I think at
For
one point,
reference, you are about here.
as we're walking to their one of the larger and clearer crystals, I think Rizwan just sort of stops and stares into it for a minute, just sort of transfixed by the beauty of it.
How's Rizwan feeling? How's she doing?
In terms of being underground,
Just in general.
I would say right in that moment, there's not much else. She's just sort of like, ooh, shiny. In general, just pushing ahead.
Yeah. As you spend a little bit of time just staring into one of these, you think you hear the sound, like a very faint musical sound, like little tiny bells tinkling.
Does it sound like bells, or does it sound like maybe crystals tinkling together?
It sounds more resonant, more like a bell. But Rizwan, the only people that hear it are Rizwan and Emma. You hear it, but a little bit louder.
I think Pert's just distracted, trying to scribble and draw and sketch as hard as he can the different crystals and stuff.
Am I hearing it with my ears, or am I hearing it in my mind?
Make a wisdom check.
But I'm not good at those. It's alright.
You look good enough.
At first you think you're hearing it, like, just out in the atmosphere. And then you notice that there's not really much of an echo to the sound, like you would expect.
Can anyone else hear that?
Hey, what?
Huh?
Is that the tinkling sound?
Yeah. I think it's inside them.
The crystals? Can I try to hear?
Move to the side and I point you at the one I was looking at.
How's Fire feeling?
With the whole situation?
Yeah.
I think it's doing okay. Like, it has some undergoing trauma in the interior because, but hasn't flourished that on the surface. He's been keeping busy. And I think in the back, like, unconsciously is a little bit anxious and doubting himself. But I think it's more like on the situation he has been in, more like being on the ground.
You hear it, just a little bit. But you have to get, like, right up close to the crystal.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I just sort of look around the three of them. Just get close to the crystal too.
How's Camille doing?
He's on a mission from gods. So he's doing okay. I mean, he's, aside from his long-term stressors, he's fine.
Camille, you get right up to the crystal, put your ear against it. You don't hear anything.
Where do we go now?
Well, I don't know. This is a very, very big cavern, and I don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Yeah.
As that conversation is happening, Brisbane will move back in front of the crystal and just sit down and keep staring at it for a little while.
If you give me a minute, we stay here for a little while. I can send my animals. They're not perfect, but they can, I don't know, ascertain what routes they are. I don't know how much they will help, actually.
Fire.
Uh-huh.
What if you turned into something that had a really, really acute sense of smell? Could you maybe find their trail that way?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I can do that. But should this... Let me see what I can get. Because I would love something that also can climb. This is not an awesome... place to be a horse or something like that.
Also, horses not known for their keen sense of smell.
Yeah, horses are visual animals.
Yeah, and there's the potential for dark elves around here, so you don't want a horse near a cliff near a dark elf.
Wait, can I do this? Oh no, I cannot do this. I think I don't have anything with keen sense. I could transform into a cat.
What about like a mole or something like that?
Like what?
Like a star mole or something like that?
What is that?
I feel like Fire has never seen a star mole to be able to transform into one.
I've never even heard of a star mole.
Really? I mean,
It's the moles with the really weird feelers on its face.
Fire doesn't know
What's that?
what they are.
Jeez.
Pert describes
is
it
a real
with
thing.
obscene detail.
Oh, you don't know them, Nibbles, for real?
No.
oh wow. You have lived a sheltered life, my friend.
Apparently.
I could have done without knowing. I've never seen one either, by the way.
They're the basis for several creatures in video games and stuff.
So, Jamie, how stupid will be try to be a cat and jump from where we are? Like, is that long enough jump that I think no, a cat would hurt itself or die in this? Or it's like, no, it's a one floor, you can do it.
It's more than a floor. So for reference, this big pink crystal here, this is the one that like Rizwan's by. It's like maybe 3 times the height of you.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's like I would say 5 floors to the ground.
At least 5 or 6 fires.
Look, I cannot get something with a lot of smelly smells, but I can be a spider. That I think is the better I can do. So, poof, I go to spider.
Okay. And what do you do with Spider?
I try to find whatever I feel like it's more like a path, like this look like a big rock to walk in, and start checking every one of those paths around us.
Oops.
Jesus.
Sorry, I dropped a dice.
To see if any of them has some sort of tracking, like clues.
Make
Because
a perception check.
In Wildship, my wisdom scores stay the same. And sucks.
Alright, so Spiderfire climbs, or, walks down to... No, I dropped a dice. I dropped it on the floor. Walks down to sort of the edge of this platform. And you, in fact, see a rope tied around a crystal right here that goes down.
Cool. I give hand signals like here, and go down to look where it goes.
All right. So you walk down this rock down to here-ish. And after that, you are not really sure where either of the groups might have went. You don't see any more, like, ropes or markers or, like, arrows go this way. You do see...
Okay, go.
There is a rocky... like another one of these rocky outcroppings that kind of goes straight and curves up a bit to the right. And on the right-hand side, there is a hole that just seems to keep going down. You'd see like there's more crystals beneath that are giving an ambient light, but as far as you can tell, like unless you have wings or are a spider, you would have to physically scale down that rock wall. And looking a little bit more at this path, it also looks like you could, with a little bit of dexterity, jump down onto another one to the left.
Oh my god. I'll check the hole.
Okay. While Fire is doing this investigative work, what's everybody else doing?
Well, I think if we found the rope, we go down the rope at least. We know they went that way.
Rizwan is still staring.
I poke Rizwan in the shoulder. And
What?
gesture my head towards the rope. Find a rope.
She gets up and walks over.
I'm sorry. You were saying? You both talk at the same time.
Oh, I did a big sigh, and then Rizwan got up and walked over to the...
What are you saying, Mist?
Nothing.
Okay. Alright, so looking down, you see this rope goes quite a ways down to another rocky path where Fire is peeking down into a hole on the right-hand side of it.
Pert will finally close his book for a minute and wander over, peeking into the hole that Fires seems to be fascinated with.
I mean, intended to climb down, like.
Okay, yeah. I just, they're sort of looking over the edge while you start heading down into that hole.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the rest of us have to make it down the rope first.
Does Bert see anything of instant notice?
No, Fire's body's kind of blocking any view you would have from all the way up here.
You see a spider butt.
Yeah.
Can I point out that I will not be okay with a spider in a group? I, Quasta, will know out of that situation.
And yet here we are.
Yeah.
Well,
It's because you have agency over it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Camille went down first last time, so I guess it's my turn to go down first.
I mean, if you want, he'll go first.
Yeah.
Strong person at the top, strong person at the bottom. Whichever one goes, go.
Start climbing.
All right.
I start climbing.
Give me an athletics check.
I can't just say that it works.
You're going down the hole I'm going?
No, we're climbing down from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's lots of, well, not lots, but there's a number of places where you can like brace your feet against the rock. It makes it a little bit easier to climb down. Rizwan makes it down to the bottom with no trouble, and by that time, Fire has gone into the hole.
I hold the rope and make ready to try to catch people if they fall.
All right, Fire. You start walking down this basically cliff face into the hole. You see more crystals down below. A few more of these rocky paths kind of jutting out. Make a perception check.
Why?
Looking down in here, you think you see movement just out of the corner of your eye, and then when you turn to look, at whatever it is passed behind something.
Okay.
Reflections on crystals. God, that's
Yeah.
gonna be hard on the head. I'm sorry, Fire. Pert will go over to the rope and follow Rincewind down.
Alright.
The hard way.
The speedy way.
Rizwan, would you like to try and catch Pert?
That's why I'm here.
Okay, give me an athletics check. 69!
Nice.
Okay, you both take. Woof. 13 damage.
Uncanny dodge?
Sure, you can uncanny dodge
I'm
this.
sorry.
Oh.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
So I don't take any damage then.
What? Oh, Pert dodges?
If he dodges me.
Thank you, Nibbles. That
Lol.
I'll take the 13 damage and say that Pert dodged in the last second and hit a rock instead of getting caught.
Okay.
I already took the 13 damage.
Alright.
Okay, we both take the 13 damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than taking 66. Pert, as you were sort of going to climb down this rope, it is still very warm and very humid in here, and the rope was a little bit slipperier than you were expecting, and you just misplaced a hand and went ass over tea kettle.
And Pert's probably limping a little bit as he finds a place to sit down for a minute, because that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes back to holding the rope. A little more trepidatiously this time.
Before we do that, Fire. What you doing?
So I have a lot of path now?
You can keep going down into this hole if you so desire. Make an intelligence check.
I'm a good at those. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I just can assume the other path. I try to follow the main path.
Okay, so you're still going down.
Yeah.
All right. You keep kind of walking down this rock wall, and get to like a rocky outcropping, and this just seems to be like, I guess, like a chimney that just sort of keeps going, winding its way down and down and down as far as you can tell.
So, do I see, before stepping on the outcrop, do I see any sign of previous people stepping on things?
Make a perception check.
Hey.
You don't see any ropes, any sign that anybody else was here. But as you look around at these crystals, you see another flicker of movement, and you turn your head just in time to see the reflection of a very creepy, bug-like creature go skittering by.
How big?
Like you, big.
Okay. I haste up.
When you see a giant spider going, nope, 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 nope,
Nope, nope, nope.
What
All right.
nope's the nope?
Who's going down the rope next as Fire's making his way back up?
Two of the other not strength people.
We also have to get the cat down at some point.
Yeah.
I need to say, that face, oh my god. Of the figurine.
So, again, so he uses fly with the kitty
All right.
and does a 6 and floats down as if she's making.
Alma will go next.
All right. So Zoe and Melis gently float down as Amma picks up the rope and starts climbing down. 10 is enough. There's a couple of scary moments on the way down. Brisbane kind of like under you, arms out, ready to catch you if you fall, but you make it down. Okay, and by the time the three of you hit the bottom, Spider Fire has come back up.
Okay. Is there any dirt like where we're standing, or is that plain rock?
It's rock.
Damn it. Well, if they're going down, how many paths do you say we have from here?
Right where you are now, there's two that you can see that would be like sort of the obvious paths to go. One is like this rocky path sort of curves up and to the right a bit. It would take you basically up here. And then the other one, you can jump down a little ways to the left. And you'd be going more like this direction.
I'm gonna do the jumpy jump.
Okay.
And try to go in that direction.
Alright. Just make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics is dex, right? This is
Yeah.
with spider thingy.
Okay. I mean, you are a spider, you can walk on walls. You kind of undershoot the jump a little bit, and end up having to pull yourself up onto this ledge, but you're okay.
Should turn into a jumping spider.
Yeah.
I go in that direction, trying to look out for clues or something.
Okay. As Fire continues to explore a little more. Is it just Camille left to go down the rope?
It's just me.
Okay.
And I rappelled down like a pro.
Yep. Fire, make a perception check.
Sure.
All right. You follow this path to the left. And it seems to it doesn't go very far. It stops, and then there's another one that you can hop to the left again. And looking over at that one, there's this big column of rock that juts out of the ground. And as you kind of look at it, you think you see a little bit of metal.
Hey! I go look at the thing.
You go and look at it, and it looks like somebody has pounded pitons into it to help with climbing up this little tower.
Hooray! I come back. Wait, this little tower?
This thing here. Oh, no, I'm not on ping. This thing.
I don't see where you're pinging.
Oh, am I pinging on map? No?
Is it that one?
I can't see anybody else's pings. This is weird.
Ping. Pingy, pingy.
Pingy, pingy. Oh, because
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong fucking map. Here, yes, this one.
The
Sorry,
one-
I have a second copy of the map where I've drawn everything.
Oh,
That's where I was.
the one-
Yeah.
So,
So
the one
it's-
with the crystals on the top here.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, crystals on the top.
Do I feel like if anyone climbs here, it's dark here?
I mean, you can climb down.
But it's not a way to go, like...
No, it's up. It's its own place. It's kind of a dead end.
God damn it. I go up anyway to see if I see anything, and if I see nothing, I come back and pick another path.
All right. So as you climb up this, you pass by a couple of these pitons, and then a short length of rope, like maybe 20 feet, that is attached to the top. And as you get up here, there's this little sort of sheltered area, and there's obvious signs that this was a camp. There's a little pile of ashes on the rock where somebody probably had a fire going. There's a blanket that's just been left.
Oh, cool. Do an investigation, see if I can find anything useful to bring back.
Sure.
Eh.
There's a blanket.
I grab the blanket and go back.
Alright, make... What kind of check would this be to try and climb around while holding a blanket as a spider?
I have 8 legs.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I use 6 to climb and I have 2 to grab the thing.
Alright, that's fine. So about a minute passes and Fire comes scurrying back with a blanket.
Okay.
I sit, look at them staring, thinking, how the hell do I talk?
So we
Pert
see.
will stand up and, moving a little stiffly after his fall, take the blanket from Spider and investigate it, trying to figure out what's important about it to the spider. Sure is a blanket.
Sure is a blanket. Hey, I wonder where the spider got that blanket. That's weird.
I look at Zoe and give you like a tap in my head, like I don't know if it catches the idea.
Yeah, I need that comment repeated.
The spider taps its head at Zoe,
I-
hoping Zoe will talk to it.
Yeah.
So I can't speak into heads besides the people that are in her book.
That's Estella.
Hey, Fire, you could turn back.
I shake my head no.
Pert decides to follow the spider wherever the hell it's trying to get us to go.
Okay, I give signals, pet follow, dressed, wait here.
Pert
Alright.
follows, limping a little bit.
And I bring pet to where the campsite is or where he should climb. And I say like, I handle like, go this way. And I will go another way to explore while he sort that thing out.
Pert feels a little bit intimidated by another rope, but I guess he's going to climb up with the batons and try to get up to the platform that they seem to lead to. Advantage because of the batons?
No, it just means that you can actually climb up.
Hey, not bad.
Yep, 18's enough.
I'm
You're a little
down with
more.
the
You're a little more cautious after your fall, Pert, and you can make it up to the top. What's everybody else doing?
Watching the insane spider furball do its thing, and waiting on Perk to do his thing, I guess. We really don't have much more of a clue.
Are there more crystals here?
Yes.
I would like to return to staring into them.
All right. You find a nice sort of bluish purple crystal. Keep staring into it.
Is it fair to say that this is relaxing, like mentally?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm after.
So Fire, which way are you going?
The other way you told, like the going kind of upwards and sideways. I think you said
Up to the right from the
like
yeah, up here.
Yeah, over here.
Okay. You walk up and to the right, passing by many more crystals. Make a perception check. You keep walking a little ways, and eventually you find something that glints like metal. You go up to it, and it looks like a set of chain armor that's just lying on the ground has been like partially dissolved.
Okay, I get the idea.
And looking around at this space, there's some like little fibers on the ground that you think might have come off like a rope or something. This may have also been a camp.
Oh, fuck.
So like in here-ish.
And doesn't look like a way from here? Like a path or something?
No, this kind of comes up against like a rock wall.
So the only immediate path I found is downwards?
You could with some climbing capabilities, you could go up. Like, you could go up here, or you could go farther down here, but it requires some jumping.
Oh, okay. Came back.
Okay. So Fire makes his way back. Pert,
Yo.
make a perception or investigation check.
Yeah, that's definitely one better than my perception.
Nice. You also find the little pile of ashes that was probably a fire. You very quickly notice that one of the large crystals here has a bunch of like scratches and gouges in it. And there's something about it that is really reminiscent to you of like somebody doing experiments and sort of trying to figure out properties of a thing.
And is there any marking suggesting they went any other way besides straight back down from the direction they came from? Like, is there suggestion that they might have gone down the other side, or?
Looking around at this little rock tower, you think that anybody would have a pretty tough time going down without some sort of handhold
Alrighty.
or climbing aid.
Are the others far enough away that I can call to them, or would it be better to not?
Yeah, you can like kind of go to the other side of this little platform up top and wave to them.
Alright, then I will go to the side of the platform and call out to them. Looks like I found an abandoned camp. Must have been what the spider was trying to show us. What's the timeline look like? More than a week?
First of all, everybody else who Pert is shouting to can make a perception check.
Meh.
Nope.
Hey,
The person staring off into space.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Should I have disadvantage on that?
Yes. Yeah. Not me. You can see Pert standing up there, and you hear him saying something, but it echoes through this cavern so much that it's really hard to make out exactly what he's saying. Rizwan's the only one who can kind of piece together the words.
He said that there's a camp up there.
He probably went into 14 times too much detail.
Yeah, that didn't help. The understandability.
Rizwin shouts back up, fewer words.
And is there a timeline Pert would have a feeling of for the camp?
You have no idea.
Old camp. Long time? Question mark.
At this point, Fire gets back to the rest of the group.
And I transform back Lepoof. Okay. First of all, I need to figure out a way of me communicating without transforming back. This is a waste of useful spider time.
Fire learned semaphore.
Sorry?
Semaphore.
Hey, I spent time on ships. I could teach him semaphore.
What?
Communication
Oh my
by
god,
flag.
I can't. That idea is just too fun.
Spider
Communication with
semaphore?
bright colors.
How does that work with 8 legs?
He uses two.
Each one has a different flag.
I don't understand what that idea is.
I'll show you a picture.
I'm sure several of us were looking at some before.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to find out a way of not wasting that resource. Secondly,
Although I will point out, Fire doesn't read, so he doesn't understand an alphabet.
yeah,
That's a good point.
good point. I need like something where I can draw, because I was planning on drawing the floor, but there's no there.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
You're a spider in that form, don't you have web?
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to draw on web?
Okay, so either that or you were sitting down and teaching you how to read.
Not having that conversation right now.
Hey, Fire, do you know how to sign your name?
I blush. No.
Dear book, is an X valid to have somebody's name in your book?
I guess so.
I
Hey,
mean,
Rizwan, can I take your name out of my book?
Sure.
And Zoe uses an action to clear one of the pages and then holds up a pen to Fire to sign his name and apparently an X.
I grab it very awkwardly and draw an X.
Alright, Fire.
Like a really fancy X.
What do you say, Jamie?
Alright, Fire's now in Zoe's book.
Good.
Now I can text Fire.
Testing.
But you can't do anything, it's all you can be in response.
Oh, well, shit.
So he writes down, I'm in your head.
Do I receive it? Yes?
Yeah, you hear, in your head, Zoe's voice saying, I'm in your head.
Have fun.
That was ominous.
Anyway, so that's good. I show Bert there's a camp there, but no way to go from there. If you go in this direction, a little ways there's another camp. There is old armor that seems a little dissolved, so maybe there are more of those gooey things around here. And down the hall is a lot of branching out, but there is a big middle hall that goes way down. I didn't went all the way down. I didn't see any marks of people going there, but I saw a big bug.
was it you?
Was it a reflection?
No, it was not a spider.
I think I was wait 2 seconds. No. And the other idea is maybe they climb all this shit that I point out upwards, but I mean that we could sit here for a couple hours and I can explore more paths. Both those look more difficult to get.
Hey, voice in my head.
Mm-hmm.
If I were running a rescue party, what would be the most obvious place for me to go?
Make a perception check.
Why do you say that? Isn't the Underdark under? Shouldn't we go all the way down?
I mean, that's my initial thought. I mean, we consider that the search party was looking for someone who's very much like Pert here, so...
How old
I
it
guess
was?
Pert.
Yeah, but how old it was and how athletics he was.
I mean, he was an elf, so even in his 8 or so 100 years, he's still an elf.
He is
Sorry,
not that
this
old.
different world. In his like 400 plus years, he's old, but he's not, grandpa.
So he can do clammy shit.
I assume so. The fact that he was so determined to come down here. He definitely used to do that kind of stuff all the time when he was younger.
Well, you know him best. Which way would he have gone? What would have struck his interest the most? I mean, if you think he went up to that pillar, where would he go next?
Jamie, have I seen anything that would suggest the direction he would go?
Make an insight check. One thing that you're pretty sure of is that Revolt Moss would have wanted to spend a while here. These crystals are very new and not something that the overworld has, and you're pretty sure that he would have pushed to spend a long time here. Other than that, don't forget, he has a map, and you do not.
And I don't think I ever said I was copying the map before I gave it to him.
Nope.
Fuck.
Because we weren't planning on coming down here.
I'll share that basic information with the others and suggest that he probably lingered in this general region for as long as he could convince the others to stick around here. So where he went after this region is the bigger question. Signs of exits from this area is probably our best focus.
Pert, I guess, administrative question for you. Was he not in charge of everybody that came down here in the first group?
As far as I'm aware, yes. He wanted to hire us as the mercenaries for his bodyguard, though, and he had to take a different group instead. So, if that group grew tired of the dangers, they might have forced him to move on, or to make camp in an area they thought was safer.
Oh, wait, so he's not alone. I thought he was alone here.
He hired a mercenary group before the soldiers came to try to find the missing expedition. So, have we seen any other areas that are clearly ways out of this region besides Spider's long drop?
You can also give me a perception check.
Cool.
Well, looking past that rock pillar, you do see these two very large openings here and here. It is very difficult to tell if they are actual passages out of here or not.
Might as well circle around the easily accessible area on this current level and go to that first distant view.
The one up here would be very difficult to get to.
Oh, okay.
The one down here would be the one...
That's closer and easier to get access to?
Yes.
And aside from the remnants of the armor and fibers, we didn't see anything. You didn't see anything else over here? This area?
Remind me, Jamie, but I think I saw signs of a camp.
Yes, there were signs of a camp over here.
Yeah, that.
So does this pathway down here lead to a dead end? I'm guessing like a wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they would have gone further. They would have either gone down or they would have gone deeper into the cavern here.
I suggest that we explore all opportunities up here. If Master Moss, as Pert says spent many days in this cavern. It's possible that visiting one of these other platforms, he might have found some other passage out of here during his explorations that's not obvious from the entrance.
True, that's a good idea. We need to consider that might take us a while. This could be big. Capital B big.
This whole area is capital B big. I think the best chance we have of determining where they went, like we have two options basically. We go down and we commit to that because we're not coming back up easily probably, or we continue to explore up here and take our time and take that blow to the amount of time we're down here.
I'm going to suggest that whatever path we eventually take is going to be down.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to make sure it's the correct one.
Also consider that this chimney down has a lot of side paths. There is a main shaft, but there's a lot of side paths there. Yeah,
sorry, I think you misunderstood me. There's one chimney down, and there's like all these rocky outcroppings that kind of intersect, like in the middle. So it's just straight down and like little platforms you can hop down.
Okay, I thought it was one shaft and a lot of tunnels coming from there.
No.
Okay. I said nothing there.
I mean, there are some tunnels, but they're not very big.
They're for insects.
Probably.
I would rather spend time doing less climbing up here than doing more climbing up and down if we go in the wrong tunnel.
Okay.
So I said go deeper into the caves. This change.
Maybe now is a good time for me to tell you that you all are, feeling pretty tired. You're getting to like the 7-hour mark.
Maybe we could rest here and let me push like 3 hours of exploring. I'll come back because I don't know. I feel like that will be useful.
You said there were 2 campsites here. Did
Yep.
one of them strike you? Sorry, I'm talking to
Oh,
her.
sorry.
Did one of them strike you as being more soldiery than the other one?
Probably the one with the armor.
I would have to agree with that thought process as well. Well, he might have had mercenaries with him.
The campsite that was on top of that the rock tower, the sort of markings in the crystal that seem very much like somebody experimenting, you would think that would be moss.
Yeah, I figured.
I
So I'll
would suggest that we make camp there then.
Given that the armor fire found was melted, I'm guessing they might have run into some more of those ooze creatures.
Or maybe they run into the same ooze we run, and that was like, this is useless, I destroyed here.
Well, this is more in the interest of retracing their steps to see the same things they...
Fair. So, I have a thing. I can make someone floaty and gassy. You move slow, but you fly. And maybe Zoe also have some flying left. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'm saying if we stay here, we could spend like an hour of what's left of today, unquote, to explore different paths and come back and tell everyone what we saw.
I would suggest then that maybe Zoe, Pert, and yourself explore. Don't go too far. And the rest of us will just make up camp.
Zoe, do you have any flying left?
Sorta.
What does that... How sorta?
I can use my item to give me another spell slot.
Do you prefer to do that, or do you prefer that I do my thing, but I can get only one and they move slow?
Yeah, I can do it. I'm gonna need to take a break afterwards, and I only can fly for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like 1 hour after we go to sleep. Before we go to sleep, I said. I mean,
Alright, but I don't want to go by myself. Rizwan!
Hello.
I'm gonna go for a flight.
Zoe, I would take Pert with you. He's got much better investigative skills.
they can go together. I can make Pert floaty too.
Okay.
Yes, but Pert as a cloud cannot communicate.
True, but the idea is go for the full hour, came back and tell everything you found.
Are you sure you want to do that? Whoever's on watch with him is going to be really bored.
I assume this is before we actually camp for the night, right?
Okay.
Also, I've been watching enough with Pert to know how to tune him out.
Also, the flying group can only go for 10 minutes, but we can go much faster.
Well, that's why I was thinking you'd take Pert with you. Just get him as far down the cavern as possible to see something. See if there's anything he notices and get him back.
Yes, well, I don't trust Pert to stop looking at things within 5 minutes so we can come back.
Yeah, Pert.
Pert, we're on a mission. Focus.
Yeah, that's the problem. He focuses too much.
Focus on the right things.
But Kamel, you mean like they all go flying there, or they grab it in human form and drag him along?
I mean, Zoe casts her flying spell on herself and Pert. They go out as far as they can, have like 5 minutes out, see what they can see, come back, and then.
So,
if there's anything worth going out there for, then maybe you and Pert can go out there after.
out of character, I would like to suggest that Zoe cast Divine Spell on Rizwan and Pert, but I don't know if Rizwan understands how targets of spells work. So.
I feel like we could explore 3 paths here instead of 2.
Remember, the fly only lasts for 10 minutes, and this place is big.
Yeah, but flying is very, very fast. My gaseous form lasts 1 hour, but you move slow.
How fast is flying?
Is 60 feet, and gaseous form is 10, right?
Yes, 10.
So
it's the same amount of time.
Cover exactly the same amount of area.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep. 10 feet a second for 120 seconds, or 60 feet a second or every 6 seconds. Whatever. Yes, it works out to be the same.
And remember that you have to do the half of that because you need to come back.
Right.
Yeah, you need to come back too from gaseous form.
Yes.
Okay, so how about we send out Rizwan and Pert?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have an idea.
What?
Instead of, well, I don't know. Are you still able to turn me into an eagle?
Me? No.
Well,
not today. Sorry.
Maybe we could do that in the morning. Would that make more sense? Morning when she kind of looks around.
That's a big boy spell. I don't know if it's worth for exploring.
So here's the thing: you two can go out for 10 minutes, and then you come back, and I will go read a book. And then in an hour, you can go out check another section for 10 minutes, come back, another section for 10 minutes. Then I will continue to read my book.
That's a good idea.
And then we'll camp for the night.
And you come for
I like
99, and while you do that, I can go in what direction for 1 hour and a half, and then turn back on the Spidey form, and someone can go from half an hour in floaty form for another direction. Amma, do you want to do that?
You want to separate Amma from Melis?
I want to stay with Melis.
I think we should have two people here just watching the base camp and set it up.
Yeah, so it will be easy. Okay, let's do that. You two go flying, and I go climb on that direction. I point one direction.
Okay, before that happens, I would like to ask the voice in my head if I have any way of trying to accurately keep track of the time.
Light spell.
Light
10
spell
minutes.
light spell lasts an hour.
Or more accurately, for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. You can make a wisdom check.
How average?
You think you can probably get within like 30 seconds of error for 5 minutes?
Yeah, Petty's also doing that, so it makes sense that he also tries.
Pert is going to try to push it to the absolute limit in that he's going to go out to like 5 minutes and 8 seconds or so before turning back, knowing that he could probably land the last 20-foot fall if he gets back a little bit late.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Before we do this, I would like to take a quick break.
Okay.
No problem.
And then we will figure out what you guys find in a bit.
Okay. Barbie.
Be glad I got a good roll on that, because he probably was going to push it by like a minute instead of by like 5 seconds.
I mean,
just walk
Rizwan
back.
is still going to try to convince him to turn around at 4:15, so...
I'm assuming we're going different directions.
Oh, are we?
I thought that's what they were talking about, was searching different directions, so that way we can cover more ground.
You're
No,
talking about you two go together, and then you come back and go out again. And go back and go out again.
because Zoe's going to sit and do a short rest because Warlock.
Yes, I know. But that's why I said that Pert got a good roll, so he's not going to push it a bunch. It's just going to be a couple of seconds. So, he might have to tumble when he gets back.
We also don't trust Perk to not get a case of the ooh shiny.
Yes, and that's why I did the wisdom save to see whether his curiosity is overwhelming his, reasonableness. And his reasonableness is winning out. He's just going to try to tumble the last 10 or 20 feet. He's not going to be stupid and be like, I'm going to walk back like a extra 400 feet. Something crazy like that.
What... Ty, what level are Zoe's spells right now?
4th.
They both do
Okay.
turns demanding entry.
So- Oh. The base is just 1. Okay, never mind.
By default, with flight you have 60 feet. But are you using the dash action on each move?
It's true.
It is true.
Yeah. 120
What's true?
feet.
Can you dash while flying?
I don't know.
What does it say for it changes your movement speed or gives you a flying speed or
It says it gives you a flying speed.
equal to your movement speed?
Nope.
Equal
A
to
flying
60
speed of
feet.
60 feet.
So that is
I would say that you can probably dash while flying, but if you're dashing while flying, you you're not really paying attention to anything around you.
Yeah, but it doubles how far out we can go before we have to turn back.
Well, it means if you find something interesting down a path, you can get back to it quickly without taking a couple minutes to look at it.
Yeah, if you're dashing, you are at disadvantage on perception or investigation checks.
So then I would argue what we would do best, especially once Pert realizes this as he flies a little bit, is we dash until Rincewind says we've gone for 4 minutes, spend a minute investigating, and then turn back.
No, that's dumb because then you're not looking at anything on the way there.
Well, it's not like we're not looking at all on the way there. It's just that we get.
The point is, you're gonna be at disadvantage because you're distracted because you're focusing on running.
Yeah, but we're only going 400 feet times 4
We
minutes.
have the time. We have the time. Take the time to make sure we catch everything. This is not a race. This is a marathon.
No, I'm just talking about line of sight reasons why this isn't a big issue, because everything we would see for the first 3 minutes or so would be what we can already see from here. Because even if we spent 4 minutes at dash movement speed, we'd still only get 4,800 feet. That's not even a mile away.
I'm going to suggest that we tell Jamie that we're looking as best as we can while moving as fast as we can, and let the rolls decide what we see.
Yeah, I'm just saying if we go a mile in one direction, investigate that area for a minute, and then turn around, that's sort of the best use of our overall time for the spell.
My point is, I think we're getting a little too deep into the weeds on the specifics of this.
Oh yes, no, definitely. Love the weeds.
So,
Is everybody back?
I'm back. I don't know
believe
if
so,
missed
but I
everyone
haven't
away.
heard
Everyone else
Ty.
was talking.
Quasa?
Quasta's not back.
I have not heard Ty or Kwasta.
Well, I hope Quasta is eating cake.
Hopefully,
Cake.
he deserves cake.
My face feels sunburnt.
Are you outside at all?
I went jogging this morning. I put sunscreen on, but I probably just sweat it all off.
I was gonna say, do you have southern-facing windows at work?
No.
Oh,
Also, I haven't been at work for 2 days.
well, then double okay.
No, she's just a pale human like myself and several of those here.
See,
Also, our windows are like uber tinted.
we have massive southern-facing windows at work, which helps with my SAD. I haven't had to deal with major sunlight issues ever since I got the job here, just because I get that sunlight at the end of the day. So it seems to help push away those problems.
Your Kikimo have upped my so after surgery I was on vitamin D. I've just upped my vitamin D. I've doubled it just to make sure I'm getting enough.
No, I would just like to stick my face in a freezer.
That's rough.
Yeah, I know I would like to do that too, but even more so right now.
Is that the rosacea?
My face feels sunburned.
Ouch.
It doesn't look super, like, it doesn't look any or much worse than normal.
Do you have lotion you can use on your face comfortably?
Yeah. It's just really, it just feels warm.
That's good at least. I know some people are sensitive to lotion, especially on the face, so they break out.
Speaking of lotion,
I am back.
Welcome back.
did you have more cake?
Did Did you have all the cake, Quasta?
I don't know what I'm talking if I'm muted or not. I didn't have cake. I had chicken.
I mean, chicken is also good.
What about cake made out of chicken?
Ew.
That is less good.
Well, no. If Nibbles is talking about a chicken pot pie, that's technically chicken cake.
That's a pie.
I agree, that's a pie.
Cake and pie are very different.
They're right in the name.
I would argue that cake and pie are very similar, but I could be a biased opinion here.
Pie is
I think shepherd's pie could be mistaken as a cake.
What about like crab cakes, but made with chicken instead of crab?
Welcome back, Ty.
Those are patties.
I never left.
I said your name like 6 times and you never said anything, so I thought you were gone.
Anyway, we're all back.
Welcome back, Mist.
Okay. Who is camp group?
Camille and Zoe, who's just resting for the most part, and Emma/Mel.
All right. Where are you camping?
I think we're camping up here.
Okay.
With the damaged crystal.
Then let's do the 3 of you first. 4 of you. So you hop down the path that Fire showed you. I'm going to get you to make me an athletics or an acrobatics check, unless you can do a 10-foot jump.
I think I can do a 10-foot jump.
What determines that you can do a 10-foot jump?
I can't remember.
Without athletic
looking at
strength mod.
Your jumping distance, I think it is 5 plus your strength score.
Okay,
If you do a long jump, when you make a long jump, you cover the number of feet up to your strength score if you moved at least 10 feet immediately before the jump.
Okay, so if you have a 10-foot jump, then you can make it. If not, you have to make an athletics check.
Nope.
I have an 11 in strength. What does that mean?
That
So-
means you can make it.
Yeah, that means if you do a standing jump, you would cover about 5.5 feet. If you were to do a 10-foot running jump, you'd cover 11 feet.
Yeah, it's a little awkward to do a running jump, but you can do it.
I think everybody makes it over without any problems.
Cool. And walking down this path, you can, I assume Fire sort of shows you where to go, or Pert shows you where to go. You see the pitons sticking out of the backside of this rock tower. How are you getting Melis up there?
I think we harness Melis to me, and I just sad cat in a harness drag him up.
Alright.
Lots of claws in the back of your head.
Mow.
Yeah,
Mow.
yeah. I'm assuming there's much of that.
Do you have enough carry capacity for Melis?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Then the 3 of you can make athletics checks to get to the top of this tower.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna suggest if I can get to the top first, I will use myself as a brace. You know, plant feet in the ground kind of thing against like 2 outcroppings of crystal.
There are pianos up there?
Yes.
Tie a rope to it.
Well,
Kind of already made the roll.
you kind of already made the rolls. So, Camille, you make it up to the top with Melis in tow. Amelis, you get up the first, 3 pitons and go to reach for the 4th, and your foot slips and you start to fall down this rock tower. Make a dexterity saving throw to try and grab onto one of the batons.
Nailed it!
Nailed it! For like 2 really scary seconds, you're like just hanging off one of the batons, and manage to pull yourself back up. Make another athletics check. And heart racing, you manage to pull yourself up the rest of the batons, up the rope, and onto the top.
Camille, could you toss me down a rope, please?
Uh-huh.
How much rope do you have?
I have 50 feet.
We each got 50 feet of hemp.
We each have 50 feet of silk.
Yeah, sorry, silk. Also, Amalus, go Team Athletic 0.
So Camille, you pull out your rope, throw it down. Zoe, it lands like 20 feet above your head.
I grab Amelis's rope and get Amelis to tie a knot in it.
Okay. Do you make a 100-foot rope? Zoe, you can climb up. You still have to make an athletics check, but it's gonna be a little easier.
Give me a moment here. Zoe ties a knot in the bottom so it's a foothold, steps in, and pull.
Okay, fair.
I know Zoe's my dice roll. I'm playing this easy. I'm playing this without.
Alright, Zoe, you are elevated up to the top.
Thank you.
Just like the princess
You're
she
welcome.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her hear you say that.
That's only if you really want to get under her skin.
Is this a bad time to say that Rizwan was muttering something under her breath?
Rizwan, I don't think is there. I think it sounds like she went somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. She would have had to have had the spell
Yeah.
cast on her.
We're busy
Also,
exploring like heroes.
If Zoe had fallen and taken any damage, then that fly spell might have ended.
Oh, shit!
Bad.
See, I was assuming you would have taken off from the camp.
No, I don't think we would have.
Okay,
Well-
so Pert and Rizwan are flying, correct?
Correct.
Yes, we are attempting to balance speed and paying attention to things.
Where are you going?
So our options were sort of the cavern that we're in general, or down the chimney hole. Was there a third option?
So you can go down, you can go up here, or you can go down here. Or you can just sort of like fly around to all of these different spots and see what there is, you know?
My desire would be to fly around to all of the spots and look at the cavern from different perspectives to see if we find other openings.
All right.
Are you going to force Pert to come with you?
You know, I guess we could split up. I know that we were told not to, but
Sorry, let me try a different phrasing of that. Is Rizwan going to make a point of, come on, Pert, let's go this way?
yes,
Okay, Pert will follow her then.
she feels like she is leading here. Okay, so in that case, just a quick tour around all the standable places that we can reach in 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, and you're not dashing, correct?
I'll say in this case we're just getting there as fast as we can and then looking, since we're staying in the
you're
cavern
like,
at large.
we're gonna zip to this place and look around. We're gonna zip to that place and look around. We're gonna zip to that
Yeah.
place and look around.
So
Okay.
basically,
Yeah,
we're going to
that
spend
makes
like
sense.
8 minutes or so just flying around the room, stopping for a second, looking around, flying again, and when we're getting low on time, we'll go straight to the middle tower where everyone else is.
All right. So first of all, make me a perception check.
Each?
Yes. Nice.
Fucking hell.
Um.
When did we switch dice?
So, ping on the map where you're going.
Let's start here. That looks like a place to land.
All right. So you zip up there, and indeed there is like a little rocky platform. You do, in fact, looking around. Perk is just sort of too busy looking around at the larger cavern to see. Rizwan, you look and see that there is a rope dangling right here.
And can I tell it looks like someone was maybe down here and climbed up there?
Somebody would have had to have been like here-ish and then went down. Let me. So like there's a rope that goes down there.
Okay, so it looks like they were there and climbed down, not were below and climbed up.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go there first and look around, and then go down and look around.
Okay, so you both fly up to the top of that. With a 24, you notice that there's a few like bits of broken rock. You can see where the place where the rope is tied. It makes you think that there were some people here. But other than that, you don't really see that much.
Okay, can I don't. Do I see any obvious idea of how they got there?
They probably could have walked like up this rock. It's a steep walk, but you could do it.
Okay. And are you okay with avoiding the minutia of asking between every one of these how I'm doing on time, and just take it as read that I'm very much paying attention to how much time is left?
Yeah, at about after about 2 of these, you're nearing the 4-minute mark.
Okay, but I feel like I'm less than a minute away from the center still.
No, you're about 2 minutes away from the center.
Okay. Down to the bottom.
Down to where, sorry?
Wherever they would have gone climbing down that rope.
It would have been the platform that you were first at.
Oh, okay.
So then over here.
Do you want me to draw it, keep it drawn on the map?
Like maybe just an X on the spots that we've been to?
Sure, so there's this... Oops. Nah. And there's a rope that's there. You also went there.
Oh, the rope goes down to that. Okay, sorry. I thought it went way down here somewhere.
Nope.
Okay. Well, in that case, what about whatever the next closest thing is? I don't know, over here maybe? Or down here?
I mean, closer would be here-ish.
Okay, yeah, we'll go there then.
To hop over here, there would be a bit of a jump if you weren't flying. This is another just rocky ledge that you could, climb up if you're careful.
And And no
It
signs
is-
of.
No, like there's no really obvious signs, but like I've said before, it's tough to see signs of people because it's all just rocks and crystals and
No, sorry, I'm specifically looking for paths out of this area that were not obvious from places that we've been before.
gotcha. Up here there is like a couple of tiny holes in the cavern wall that make you think of like smaller creatures might live in there. But no like big obvious ways out.
Okay. Maybe next closest one is here.
Okay. You are pushing you're pushing the limits of the spell here. In terms of time.
No, then back to there.
Okay. So Pert and Rizwin fly back to camp. Fire, where are you going? Quasta?
I was talking while muted. I think I'm going this direction or here, maybe?
Sorry, I missed the first thing. I wasn't looking.
Like here,
Okay.
here-ish, or
So you're-
here-ish. I don't know.
Alright, so you're going down here first? Or up here?
Sure.
Down here. Alright.
Down here sounds more likely, and I go all my hour and a half if I see anything, or until I see a dead end.
And you are a cloud or a spider?
Spider.
Okay. So you walk down towards this direction. It requires a little bit of hopping from platform to platform, but as you get sort of under this rock bridge, the ground seems to get solid and be like a proper ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
No more of this rock hopping business. There's still a fair number of these large crystals, though. Make a perception check.
Why am I not proficient in perception?
I don't know. From what you can tell, this does seem to go farther, like be an actual tunnel. It looks like it sort of curves down gently. The crystals just continue for about as long as you can see. It does take you almost like 45 minutes to get to that point, though.
Okay. And no signs of anything.
With a 6, I don't think so.
I just continue.
Alright, continuing on, after about... So you're walking an hour and a half one way and then going back?
Yes.
Okay. So right about where your spell would end, the crystals start getting a lot smaller, a lot fewer, and it turns into more of like a tunnel.
So, a human-sized tunnel, like we can walk, or smaller?
A human-sized tunnel.
Okay. Sure, not sign. Okay. There is a way here at least. And I turn back. I don't know if you, like with my sticks, I try to see if I get anything, any sign of anything.
With a 6? No, I don't know. I don't think you get anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
But this does seem to be a way out.
Yeah.
Alright, so you start making your way back. So, Zoe is resting, yes?
Yep, feet up, sitting down, book in hand.
Alright, so Zoe's resting by the time Pert and Rizwin fly back to base camp.
Pert is going to attempt a 3-point landing, aka the superhero appearance.
Please
Make-
fall flat on his face. Please.
Make,
please.
what would this be?
Acrobatics?
Performance.
Make a performance check.
Performance.
If you're gonna showboat.
You do it. You end up you falling the last 5 feet, just as the spell cuts out, and you do this 3-point landing, and it's actually pretty cool. It kind of hurts your knee.
Pert will share the one relevant note he's got, which was small holes in the one section, possibly more of those ant creatures, ? No visible signs of the camping, but there were a couple more movement signs.
I mean, you can explore a lot. You went away 10 minutes, and I'm hour and a half before I came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to
But
wait.
Zoe has to
Zoe's got a
wait.
good nap.
Oh yeah, no, 3 hours before I came back.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you guys do in the meantime while Zoe is recharging spells?
Pert
I'm assuming they're-
will... sorry, go ahead.
Planning out. I'm assuming they're gonna plan out where their next jaunt is gonna be. I'm cooking dinner.
Unless there's another suggestion, my plan is to just kind of continue in a circle around the perimeter of the cavern looking for exit.
And you know where fire went.
Mm-hmm.
Pert is gonna... I mean, which path did fire follow? The bottom path?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, down that path?
Yes.
Cool. So then, we can either follow the top path after we finish the lap of the room, or look for other exits if there are any other. You said there was also a down deeper as well?
Mm-hmm.
And we came from over here, right?
Yeah.
That works then. Pert's gonna spend the hour we wait for Zoe to get her energy back trying to work on his dull dagger, because he used it to pry one of the stones out.
Alright. Would you also like to take a short rest and use some hit dice?
I will... yeah, I might as well use it. Because I've got 4
figured-
hit dice left, and I've got most
Yeah.
of my HP, but I'm not full, so yeah.
Maybe just wait till the full rest.
I mean, if he's used less than half of his hit dice, he'll get them all back.
Well,
During
I've
his
used
long rest.
And you know, every hit point matters when you're falling from a great height.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet snoring comes from Zoe.
If that's how she relaxes.
There's a book on her face. Glowy little rocks are bright.
Alright, so an hour passes. Zoe, you kind of wake up on your own, feel much more rejuvenated.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Those ant holes, how far out are they?
Which ones?
The possible ant holes?
Blue question mark.
I mean, it would take about 2.5 minutes of flying for Pert and Brisbane to get there.
Boo. Too far for me to send an owl to go investigate. Too ready for another flight?
Pert's more than
Let's
happy
do
to
it.
do more flying.
Okay. Zoe casts the spell, and the two of you are off again. Where are you going?
Specifically, Zoe gets them to the edge so they have maximum flight time.
All right.
How do you feel about going down here?
Sure, we might as well finish the perimeter of the room.
Also,
right.
make sure they have the plan before the flight starts.
Yes. Both of you make perception checks.
No problem. Not bad problem.
All right. So the two of you fly to this little rocky bit over here. Pert, from here you can see the discarded chainmail that Fire had talked about on this this other path over here. You're pretty sure you would have, like, you could get from there. You could go from here to there, but going from there to here would be very difficult. As you look around, you don't see any signs of people or anything. Risman's sort of looking on the ground for tracks. And Pert, you look up at this big crystal that's sitting there, and there's something inside it.
Okay, I don't think you're on the same layer as us or something, because I didn't see your flash.
I saw it.
Okay,
Down here.
that's weird. Anyways, so the crystal right here is the one. So Pert will go over and investigate it closer to see what it is that is inside there. Investigation, perhaps?
Nope, it's very obvious. As you get a little bit closer up, there is a sword encased in this crystal.
And Pert immediately calls Riswin over.
Shoulder hover, also looking.
You are both staring at this very, like, it's a very ornate hilt of a rapier. And the blade kind of glints in the pinkish purple light.
That seems important.
Is it... Does it look more like an ancient relic, or does it look like something that a soldier might have been carrying and got trapped in there somehow?
Make a history check. It is hard to tell. It doesn't look super, like, it looks very fancy and ornamental.
Knowing that we're on a time limit, is there anything Pert can see that's an easy way to get it, or just even hoist the entire crystal, or is it very firmly rooted and very firmly encased?
It is very much in the center of this crystal that is probably like 1.5 meters in diameter. This thing has got to weigh, like, there is no way any member of your party could carry this.
This one is now slightly worried that the crystals eat people.
Same, but that's a note for later. Pert will... Let me do a wisdom check. Okay, Pert will be aware of the time, will make note of this place, and suggest we move on to the next location, which, is there anything on screen south besides the pathway here-ish?
A big cavern wall.
What about here-ish?
You go and look over here. You had a 22 and a 13. Examining this place, you see another crevice in the wall that looks like it might be an insect tunnel of some sort, but no signs of any people being here.
All right. Assuming we're doing on time over here.
That's a pretty quick jaunt up there. Once again, you don't see anything that suggests that there were people there.
And again, looking at the cavern from the perspective on all these ledges, just looking for big holes down in the cavern or in the walls or anything like that.
From here, you think that you see another big hole that's like up here, like way top right of the picture. But it looks like that would be very difficult to get to.
Okay. I assume that this one is close enough that I don't think my perspective would be any different there.
Well, that's where we came from.
Yeah, that's where.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. What about right here?
I don't think you can quite make it there in time.
Okay, back to the center then.
Okay.
And the Cathanet had a question.
It'd be pretty tough to get there without, like, this would be a big jump. Or you could jump down from there, but that'd also be a really, really big jump.
Maybe worth it to send Rizwan back with a pickaxe.
Well, Pert's gonna talk about how a weapon can get encased in crystal that deeply. But, yeah, when someone suggests a pickaxe and Rizwan taking it, he's more than supportive of that as a endeavor for the next flight.
You've questioned Rizwan is uncomfortable with the idea of attacking potentially human-eating crystals with a pickaxe and would prefer to explore the rest of the cavern instead.
It's... Okay.
How heavy is the pickaxe?
I don't know.
They're 5 pounds.
Puts down some of his rations.
Sorry, 10 pounds.
Yeah, we can take off again right away, right?
Yeah, I assume that we left most of our things in the camp.
So yeah, basically Pert's gonna leave his bag, which is very full and heavy actually, and just go with the pickaxe to go see if the crystal responds to that effort.
Alright, well, Rizwan's not letting him go by himself, so she's going along.
Pert
Alright, so
appreciates it.
The two of you fly back. Fire, you actually see Pert and Rizwan fly over as you're making your way back to base camp.
Okay. I'll come back and, I don't know, turn myself back to him and on the camp.
Alright, Pert and Rizwan, you get back to this crystal with the sword in it. Who's doing the whacking?
Do you want me to whack and you watch, or do you want to watch and I whack?
It is going to be a strength check.
What would you suggest to roll that balances the desire to protect Pert, but also kind of being scared of this thing?
Wisdom? wisdom.
Alright, so if I roll high, I'll do it.
Can I roll nature to try to encourage her?
Nature, no.
Because there's nothing in nature that eats crystals that eat anything.
Nah, you're holding the pickaxe and she's like hover handing your arm or something, like she's ready to yank you out of the crystal as it swallows you.
Okay, Pert attempts to take the pickaxe to the crystal. Oh god. Hey!
18's pretty good. You take a mighty swing with this pickaxe, and a shockwave goes up your arm, with a dull thud as it impacts this crystal. Rizwin, you hear a bit of a discordant bell sound in your head when this happens. Kurt, as you bring the pickaxe back, there is a little chip out of the crystal. That's it.
Seems solid.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Other suggestions?
We just leave it there?
But this needs to be studied.
You can't study something if you're destroying it.
Your one strength check will do just fine.
Okay.
You swing your pickaxe, after about...
Well, hold on.
Yep.
Do I hear the discordant thing again on the second swing?
You do not.
I don't know if that's more or less ominous. I think at that point I'm like trying to get in between him, like, hey, don't stop.
Can you give reasons why?
I think these are alive.
Okay, that's actually a good enough thing to get him to stop, and he goes back to studying it to see if he can tell if there's any suggestion of life.
With a 19, there is nothing about these crystals that would make you think that they were alive. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. No whammy?
Very nice. You do remember there is one point in your journeys that you have come across something that by all accounts should not have been living and yet did seem to be. A very strange looking rock structure in the swamps of Alcalara.
Damn it.
Although, after a couple of pickaxe swings, you don't, there hasn't been any obvious signs of it doing anything.
Yeah. Pert's damn certain that this is something worth at least trying to retrieve, because it seems far too well crafted to be just a damn rapier. The fact that the crystal grew around it suggests that it's strong enough to resist whatever destruction, because you see all the rocks the crystals have ripped through or grown on top of, either way. And rock is pretty tough, so the fact that the sword is intact inside the crystal suggests the sword is something special. And he vocalizes all of this in excruciating detail to Rizman, which means we probably have to go back.
Yep.
And he actually grabs her hand and starts to fly back.
Is this area accessible without flying in any way?
We went
Um,
not easily.
not easily.
What if we set up batons and rope to make it more accessible from that platform in a future flight, so that we can come back on?
You could make. Oh God, what kind of check would this be? Like an engineering check? Make an intelligence check.
Hey, I'm somewhat adequate at that.
You could, looking around, like, there's no place where you could just, like, dangle a rope, either to climb down or to easily climb up. You might be able to make, like, a zip line type structure from here.
That's reasonable. We've got lots of batons and lots of rope. So Pert will return. It's been now 3 hours minimum, so we should probably camp. But while we camp, Pert's probably going to chat with Kamale and try to convince him to come over to the crystal to help dig the sword out.
Sure.
Well, that was easy.
I have no indication. I haven't had the same series of business had with the crystal, so he's just like, yeah.
Cool.
Also,
So we'll wait until Zoe's rested and do that in the morning, is my suggestion.
So, before Fire comes back, Zoe could have done that flight thing 2 more times.
we can go do it now.
I thought this was the second time, was it not?
This was our third
4
time.
times in total.
She can do it 2 times every hour.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought it was once every hour, my bad.
Realistically, it would be 2 times every hour and a half, because you have to cast both spells and then start resting.
Yeah, okay. As I said, she could do it 2 more times before the 3 hours when Fire was going to get back.
Okay, in that case, so when we got back from the third trip, there's assume some period of rest that we still have to just sit around and do nothing before Kamale and Pert can go back over.
Yes.
Can I just spend some more time staring into the crystals here? Specifically, number one, I want to see if the noises are any different than previously, if they're discordant or angry or something. And then I want to try to get some idea of what's going on here. Is there an intelligence? Is this something that we could piss off?
Okay. What kind of check do you think this would be?
Probably one of the ones that I have a 1 in. So either intelligence or wisdom. Maybe...
Alright, make a wisdom check.
I would say stabbing in the dark. I might also think about religious angles to see if this has anything to do with Shar, because they're sort of connected in my brain, but not really. So I don't know if that's still just straight intelligence, but either one.
Make a wisdom check.
Yep.
You sit down near one of the big crystals here and concentrate. Relax. And you hear the little tinkling of bells again. It doesn't sound any different.
Can I, try to communicate in some way? I don't know, touch it and think at it?
You can't.
The other person can hear him again.
It's a crystal.
Sorry? Mist?
I think Miss said she's gonna touch the crystal.
Okay. Emma touches the crystal. You hear bells tinkling. Make a wisdom check, Alice. Looking at this crystal, you are unsure. This feels like the other spirits that you have encountered, but you are unsure if it is the crystals that are alive or if there is something living in them. And as for what sort of spirit it might be, you have no idea.
Any spirit. Tell the others about that.
Maybe you should take Amalus to that crystal and see if she can convince it to open up.
Do you think you could talk to the crystal spirit, Amalus? Bert is open-minded to such concepts. He's seen mushrooms that can stand and walk. I mean, after that, anything's possible.
Speaking of which, so we're clear, we haven't found any underground mushroom, right?
Not yet. That doesn't mean they're not here, but
Fair dinkum.
I mean, you've seen living things down here, like they gotta be eating something, right? Alright, what y'all doing?
Amalus, do you think you can do it, or do you think we should brute force it?
I can always try.
Then, instead of setting up the rope bridges, Pert will let Amalus and Cathanid go, and Camille go, and if Amalus can't do his thing, he suggests Camille do the brute force thing.
Sounds fair.
And Pert will go back to working on his dagger while he tries to get it back to usable shape.
I don't think you ever are hurt.
Alright, so Amalus and Camille go flying over to the spot pointed out by Pert and Risman. When you get there, you see this one very large crystal that has a bit of a ding in the side of it and a rapier encased in the middle of it.
I gesture for Amalus to do their thing first.
I touched the crystal.
Alright, make a wisdom check. You don't.
Sorry.
You
I was
don't
gonna say,
feel anything.
I heard Jamie's soul going, God damn it.
Yeah, I heard my own doing that too.
You try pushing really hard with your brain.
Oh, okay. I put my forehead against it.
It is damp.
Yeah.
All right, stand back. I'll take off my gauntlets, put my hand on the crystal just to feel where the divot is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that doesn't do anything.
It does not.
And say, if you're alive, I'm sorry.
Make a strength check. It takes you about 5 good hits to break this crystal into about a dozen pretty good-sized pieces. And the rapier just clatters to the ground.
I will gather it up and suggest that we head back. Obviously, no sudden screams of crystalline terror from anywhere in the room.
No. There is a very large, cracking sound when you break this crystal that kind of echoes around, but...
Like one would get from a large crystal breaking?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well. Take it back. Let Bert examine it. Maybe see if Zoe can see if it's magical.
Alright. You fly back to base camp with this rapier.
And Pert is sketching from memory, but as soon as you land again, he is standing there trying not to crowd you, but at the same time absolutely fascinated regardless.
Like a kid in Christmas.
You want to get Zoe to take a look over?
If she's got the energy, we've been taxing her a lot.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your marimbas. Shake your marimbas.
Buzz.
Are you just doing detect magic?
Yes.
Okay. So you cast detect magic. This rapier is magical. And also, so are some, but not all, of the crystals that were up here. I should say they are all slightly magical. They all give off a little bit of light.
You've established
But some
that
of these...
before, but
yes.
some of them are more.
Some of them have a different kind of magic that reminds you very much of the spirits that you encountered in Alcalara, or the Yucca.
Oh, shit. Zoe says that out loud.
Hmm.
What's wrong?
One, sword's magical. Two, hey, Alma, are you seeing any of those spirits you saw before?
Oh,
I already mentioned about that part though.
Yeah, she did. Or they did. He did. Try not to hurt.
Sorry, God. My brain's a little slow today. Did you mention you saw them or that you didn't see them?
It felt like something, some of that, but I couldn't tell if it was the rocks or something inside the rock. Or crystals or whatever.
Zoe does not touch the crystal just by thinking about it, and points at the fragments that are different.
It's the biggest ones.
These big ones, so maybe you should go replant them.
Reasonable.
Emma, you hear the tinkling of bells again.
I hear bells.
Okay.
Rizwin?
What does that mean?
Do you hear the bells as well, Rizwin?
Do I?
Yes.
Yes.
I see no reason to cause excess harm if we can attempt to replant the shattered crystal to undo the damage taking this fascinating artifact. I'd say it's worth our efforts. Oh, Spider! Would you have turned back fire as soon as you got back?
Yeah, I come back as my time runs out.
Alright. Fire, there is a rapier sitting on the ground.
We'll let the sword out.
It was teamwork? I mean, obviously Camille did the hardest part of it. Would it be reasonable, Fire, to ask you to assume the spider form one last time so we could bind together the fragments and give them a chance of taking root as one whole crystal again?
Why do we need my spider for that?
I mean, just for the reinforcement of your webbing?
Well, I cannot do it. I'm tapped out for today.
Okay.
Just point of clarification, sorry. They brought back some shards of the crystal that had the sword in it, and those are the special magical ones? Or there's other crystals on this platform that are magical different?
The second one.
Okay. So nothing needs
that.
to be replanted. Is one of the ones that Rizwan has been staring into specially magic?
Yes.
I keep thinking at it.
So I told everyone what I saw. There is a path there, turns into a tunnel. I didn't saw anything, but the thing, I went for an hour and a half, and the thing goes there. So that's an option of a way out of here.
Okay, so then that leaves either up here, down there, or down the hole.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the time being, though, we should rest and decide in the morning.
Yeah. Unless someone want to go party, I'm tap out.
I don't think we're going to get Pert away from the rapier tonight.
Okay, good night.
And Pert will spend his watch sketching the rapier in great detail and most likely talking to Camille about it. You know, well, this style of design in the hilt suggests it could be blank or blank, that kind of stuff. This kind of sword forging work hasn't been done in at least 400 years, so that suggests perhaps the old elven kingdoms.
Make a history check.
I am somewhat adequate at that.
Also, Zoe did identify it, right? Or
Yes.
detected it, right?
It is magic. It is, in fact,
Ta-da!
Not bad. What hidden curses is she hiding from us? Looks wonderbar. Thank you, Jamie.
No problem. Looking a little bit at the rapier, it does not, like, the designs on it are not anything that you recognize. They're very sort of jagged. Lots of, like, very hard points. Which, not the elven style, at least not the one that you know. But with a 12, there is nothing about this rapier that points you towards any culture or civilization that you know of.
Which now leads Pert to ramble about rumors about Drowish and undercommon cultures, but that's all speculation, obviously. And he will go on until he's hoarse, most likely, and others wake up.
I thought only
At some
fire
point,
can
Conway
turn
will-
into a horse.
We'll just hand him the biggest wineskin of water and just drink.
Oh yeah, how y'all doing for water?
I'm eating mushrooms.
Does
I mean-
shrooms give you water?
Yeah.
Do they?
I think so.
It says nourishment.
Okay.
But lots of us didn't eat the shrooms yesterday. I think Pert and Fire are the only two that ate the shrooms for sure.
Zoe did. She doesn't
Do you want the Jeremy Crawford answer, Jamie?
Yes.
A nourishment provided by good berries is meant to be like food, not water, but DM can say otherwise.
Let me just continue on through your watch while I check something.
We didn't bring any extra water.
No, but I have purified food and drink, so.
Okay, so if somebody has it, I don't want to, put you guys in an impossible situation.
Suggestion: Druids have level 2 to first level spell, have access to first level spell, create or destroy water.
Yeah.
You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. So I feel like we could refill our water skins every other day or something.
Oh yeah, I have
We find a deep enough pool or crevice we can use and just fill it with water and scoop as much water as we can into it.
Yeah. So we have ways to find water.
Alright, so, but Fire has to make sure that he has those spells equipped. Because
Yeah.
there's other spells that you can't have.
Yes, that seems like a reasonable trade-off. It's taking away a survival element, but it means that it takes away a spell slot as well.
Tomorrow I'll have it.
Alright. Tomorrow everybody gets to drink.
Pert's a little bit
much of
dry
what?
mouthed, but the wine's nice, thank you.
Oh no, it's not wine anymore, it's water.
Sorry, Ty?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It was 10 gallons, if you're asking about what Great Destroy Water does.
But I'm have to have a bath on it once everybody's filled up.
10 gallons would be like, like the big water cooler jugs? That's about 10 gallons.
Oh.
My medium-sized water cooler jug is 11 liters, so 10 gallons would be 4 times the size of that.
4 times that.
A day that we didn't waste a lot of spells and we're coming tonight, I can do it a couple of times and you can have enough to have a shower.
Assuming we can find a place to put the water.
Well, I mean, you just dunk it on her.
Yeah, create it above Zoe and it just comes down in a torrent.
Or Zoe could realize that she can just use prestidigitation to clean herself.
She wanted a bath. A bath does not always have to do with what you're trying to get clean.
I would say
That's
4
hard.
times is enough for a bath, and
Anyway,
Fire and Emma take second watch, I assume.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
Sure.
I guess we want perception, don't you? For our first watch?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I might be mildly distracting.
That's
Mildly?
nature. That says nature.
It does say nature.
It's the same bonus. Actually, it's one less.
It's the same.
Roll again.
It's the same, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 14 instead of a 15.
Okay. Alright. You guys have a pretty uneventful watch, aside from all the talking.
I kind of, assuming Pert notices, he might want to insight, tunes out about an hour and a half in.
Does not even attempt to pay attention. He's just talking through his thoughts out loud.
Yeah, like you ever been in an office and everything just becomes background noise? It's that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Camille lasted that long. David, point of order. His name is Moss, right? His last name?
Yes. MOSS. Elf thing.
Alright. Emma and Fire can make a perception check. Okay. At one point, you hear like a little bit of a scurrying sound echoing through the cavern, but you don't see anything. Nothing comes up. You think it might be more of those insects that were down below. It's weird to sleep in here when you were in perpetual darkness and now you are in perpetual light.
Oddly soothing, though.
Emma, if you concentrate, you can still hear the bells. Fire too, actually.
Once more with feeling.
I'm sorry, all I get is hear the drums from the master from the new Doctor Who.
Already made that joke, just in private.
Last watch, Rizwan and Zoe.
I'm going to. Well, no, there's light here, so I wouldn't be at disadvantage. But I'm rolling at disadvantage because I'm staring into the crystals.
Okay.
I apparently am very transfixed.
Zoe? Alright. Rizman, roll me 1d4, please. Okay. As you wake up for your shift, both you and Zoe have had your long rest. You just feel like good this morning. You have 2 temporary hit points.
It was either that or you suffered an aneurysm in your sleep.
That's what I was worried about. And I am also touching the crystal and thinking at it and all that stuff, just trying to, I don't know, figure it out, I guess. Make contact. I don't know what I'm trying to do with it.
You can make another wisdom check if you want. I don't know how much more I can give you.
I mean, I don't have to. I think this is more RP at this point than trying to get something.
Sure. And if you guys don't do anything, your watch passes uneventfully. Everybody starts to wake up on their own time. Fire and Emma, roll me 1d4. You both get 4 temporary hit points.
Ooh. That's a whole 10% of my health.
Oh my god!
That bothers me intensely.
I mean, it'd be 12% of my health.
Y'all need another level here.
Yes,
side
we
note,
do,
this is
Jamie.
Awesome music. I'm loving this.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
very
glad I
good.
finally got to use this stuff. And y'all can actually see what's playing now.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, great.
Alright.
So, what do we do today?
Before that, I need more water. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
We
Try
can
to
discuss
take
what we're
over
going
the
to do
world.
with
I think in the cavern we still have.
I heard that.
I don't think we made it here, and then there's this part in addition to the things we know about.
I'm thinking down is bad. I'm thinking down might be a den of those bugs.
Well, you mean like down, or down where fire?
Down the hole that fire went down earlier. I was just roughly there-ish, I think.
So spider fire.
Spider
I think
fire.
it was spider fire both times. Yeah, out of the things we've heard of so far, I'm liking this one the best.
Mm-hmm.
It seems.
It seems like
the friendliest.
As someone who is going to be trudging through a cavern complex, I would want to take the path of least resistance first.
To be fair, the first leg of that side is a lot of rock jumping when you can go to your death.
Maybe up.
Yeah, I think we should still explore up, and if no better option presents itself, there we go.
Yeah.
What if you guys explore up and I take my wall and explore the hole down?
The one that you went down first as spider?
Yeah, the whole, because I went just a little bit, I can spend an hour and a half or 3 hours maybe just walking down.
Yeah. Under the advisement that the second you get into any trouble, you scuttle back.
Run ass. Yeah, I don't want to do any fighting there.
What's the plan?
Is Zoe willing to cast fly on some people to go explore up here? Or can we just get up there somehow without fly?
I mean, you can certainly try.
Because nothing awful ever happened after a DM said those words.
Zoe?
You guys figured out what you want to do.
We want to go here.
If you want to use fly, so I will go back to taking a nap, despite just waking.
I mean, you don't, you know that, for Sheras you don't need sleep.
No, but there's only so much she can do. And she had to leave her books behind. Besides
Perk
the
can
other
loan her
one she
some
has.
books.
Perk should have left his books behind too. Considering, in a fight, Zoe would win. Like in arm wrestling, Zoe would beat Pert in a fight.
Pert has like 3 spare pounds. Every ration he eats, it gets a little bit better.
So, Jamie, I think the gist is they explore flying up this path that we haven't explored, and I will go spider climbing all the way down to the pit hole to see where it goes.
Okay.
Also, a reminder, since I forgot until just now, mark your rations off for the day. For yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever doesn't want to eat the shrooms.
Same as
I will do
yesterday,
shroom it.
1 ration, 1 shroom.
Yeah,
So we just
I
use the shroom.
wouldn't suggest doing that. Don't waste your rations in.
Yeah, the shroom is 3 full meals.
Unless you've suddenly become a hobbit.
We're doing high calorie workouts. I think it's safe.
Kurt can do what he wants.
So who's flying?
I would say the two of us still, unless you don't want to come along.
I'm good.
Then Pert and Rizwin will go down the top path and wish Spider Boy good luck.
See you later, taters. Poof, and go down.
Okay. So fire first. Make a perception check. And then make a... Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just wandering down?
I know there are things here, so I'll try to be stealthy, but maybe not that stealthy so it tampers a lot my movement. You know what I mean? Like a middle ground.
Okay. Make a stealth check and a perception check. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. Your giant spider body makes its way down this shaft. You hear a little bit of chittering from a couple of the tunnels. Sounds like those insects. You think that they're maybe the Kruthic.
Ew.
But you move silently down the rock wall, past a number of rocky outcroppings, farther down, and this shaft starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. You see a much larger tunnel that goes like through both sides, perpendicular
Like
to the shaft.
Like they form a cross?
Yes. Make a nature check.
Okay. Hey.
There's a big tunnel there. And you continue walking down. It's getting warmer and warmer. The crystals have stopped growing, or they're much... You see a few, but they're pretty small now. And you're starting to smell that smell of sulfur again as you keep going down, and it gets narrower. You're down to like 10 feet diameter, then 5. And you think you can hear sort of like burbling water from somewhere down below.
Okay.
Does Giant Wolf Spider have dark vision?
Yup.
Okay. You have... by the time... You have to go up and down, right? So 45 minutes...
No, it's 3 hours total. So
3 hours total. Okay.
I can go, and also if I'm in the middle of something and seeing anything, I can push it and waste another wild check.
Right, okay. In that case, you can get to the bottom of this shaft, sort of the point where it gets very, like, too narrow for you to go any further. With your dark vision, you think that you can see that it, like, does go through into a bigger cavern. with some sort of like burbling, bubbling liquid underneath.
Does it shine orange?
Nope. But it smells real heckin' bad.
Ew. Okay, so I go back and try to see that tunnel that crosses it.
Okay. It is suspiciously round. Maybe about 15 feet in diameter.
I know what it is. Fire. having a brain fart.
Maybe he gets a better look at it now?
Sure. Make another nature check.
The dice are telling a story.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just a tunnel that goes straight through the rock.
The wonders of nature. And I continue. I kind of look in both directions to see if any side has some sort of prints or mark or something that would tell anyways. If not, I will go a little while in one direction and a little while in another direction.
Okay. You go for a little while in the one direction until you sort of feel like, okay, I should probably start heading back. You don't see anything.
Okay.
It just goes straight through the rock.
Okay. Weird tunnel. And how much time is it? I spent in total?
You've probably spent a little under 2 hours.
Okay, I have a while then, and go back to the other side.
Okay. This is very much the same. It just sort of goes on and on into the rock. You don't see anything. There's no crystals growing in here.
Such a weird tunnel. Okay. I don't want to waste the day. Decisions. Let's see. Yep. Fire decides that's a good idea to spend the other wild save going in any direction how much time it can after the proper time to climb up. So that's another 3 hours or on top of the hour that I have left.
Okay. I guess we'll get back to you in a bit then.
Okay, you could say like hour 45 and hour 45 going on each side, and left half an hour to climb back, something like that.
Okay. We'll do fly team first.
Sure.
Who's fly team?
Me.
Yo.
All right, and you guys are going up to this above the rock bridge.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So you guys fly up there, and it takes you a little bit longer to get up there, like 4 minutes.
Well, quick look around and then we go back.
Yep. Perception checks from both of you, please. Okay, so you see there's more crystals growing up here, but they are a little more sparse and they're not quite as big. And this does indeed seem to be a tunnel, and you get the sense that it kind of like curves up and to the right a little bit, but you can't see much beyond that curve.
And no suggestions that they came this way?
Oh, you got a 20. Standing on this ledge, you do see a bit of, like, shattered rock. A crystal that is, like, just laying loose on the ground that makes you think that maybe somebody had a particularly hard landing here.
But no signs in that direction of, oh, there's a leftover bag sitting there or anything obvious like that.
No.
Okay. So they probably at least visited this way, but we don't have a lot of time, so probably not worth investing too heavily in this since it's so far and it's so hard to get up here.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so you quickly fly back.
Yep. And I'll share my opinion of the situation with them. There could have been someone there based on some shattered crystals, but no obvious signs like the other directions.
Well, I think we wait and see what fire reports back and then go from there, but looks like it's either down or gestures in the direction of the other tunnel.
Alright. You
And
wait,
If
and you wait.
If no one else says anything or does anything, Pert will casually equip the new rapier on his good side and put his old rapier on his bad hip, and then spend the rest of the time working on his dagger again. You know, maybe 6-8 months from now, he'll finally have it sharp again.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Fire! Yes, Ty?
Yup. Ty?
Just a reminder to David that he can't dual wield that rapier.
No, he can't, but he wants to have it on hand.
Alright, just... Yeah, I waste a lot of time looking up dual wielding stuff.
It's all good.
Are you accounting for the weight of that rapier?
Yes, I am. I'm at 147.59 pounds.
Fire, you keep going down this tunnel.
Yup.
Okay. Actually make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. At what point you think you feel like the ground shake just ever so slightly?
Some sort of tremors.
Mm-hmm. After about half an hour, going down one of these tunnels, it actually pops out into another cavern.
Okay.
And you see a small pool of what you think is water. Once again, it has like a very sulfury smell to it. And you see a bunch of stalagmites bursting out of the water. And there's little baby slimes sitting on these stalagmites. You see them shift around ever so slightly.
The little thing is, I do not approach them. Okay, so big cavern with small crystals and small slimies. Yeah?
No crystals, stalagmites.
Okay, stalagmites and a lot of little slimes.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum. I think I will not explore more in this direction, but it's good to know.
Okay. You run back, explore a little bit more the other way. The other way, you do not come across anything. It just sort of keeps going through rock. Jesus Christ, you're lucky.
I have good stealth.
You do, actually. You keep going down that path and you find Bupkis.
What?
Nothing.
Ah.
Bupkis.
Well,
Your English word for the day.
Yeah. Bob? Cause?
how to spell it. There.
Bupkis, I think, as Nibbles has suggested.
Yeah, that looks right.
It is very much an English expression.
Okay, that's new. So after that while, I just go back.
Okay. So that took 6 hours?
6 hours total, yes.
Alright. So what do y'all do for 6 hours while you're waiting for fire?
I stand at the ledge tapping my foot. My arms crossed.
Can I do a check to see if I've sharpened my dagger?
Sure.
Dexterity or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay, no, it's not ready yet.
No.
I think around the 3 hour mark, I would look at Zoe and say, "Can you try to get a hold of him?"
Okay. So I write in the book. How's it going?
I think you would just hear back the Spider-Man theme.
Does anybody know what a spider pig is?
Spider pig.
Nor do I want to.
Now I think he will waste a couple of words saying, "What? Who? What? Oh yeah, you can hear me." But yeah, I'm walking in a tunnel. It's very round. Found a slimy thingy.
That's about as much as you get.
I just about spit my fucking pills all over my monitor. God damn it, Kwasta. I love you.
Hee. So
I don't know, the others have another 3 hours to kill.
I'm into Crystal.
After another hour of working on the knife, I'll go to Kamal and be like, "Are you any better at this?"
I take a look at the knife. It's ruined, right?
No, it's that the...
No, I'm asking the voice in my head.
Oh, okay.
I don't... What happened to it?
He used it to pry out the crystal.
The other knife is the one that I used to stab the ooze.
Okay. Oh, pardon me. It's never gonna be quite the same.
You have
I
a
wouldn't say
very
that-
nice.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily like completely ruined, but
I look him very seriously in the eye. You can stab someone with a steak knife. You shouldn't stab someone with a steak knife.
Unless
Congratulations.
you really hate
have,
them.
You have a steak knife.
And Pert will accept that reality and have to demote both of his daggers to these need to be reforged completely. So much for my silver dagger, hey Chamey?
I gave you a magic rapier.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that was the random silver dagger that I insisted on treating like it was magic.
Oh, was it? Oops.
You gave me a silver dagger and I was like, this is totally a magic item. You're like, it's not magic. I'm like, it's totally a magic item. Anyways.
Yep.
I
Well,
think
tools
so.
are meant to be used.
I think we don't have anything important, so unless anyone has any reason to delay, we'll be waiting for
Yeah,
Fire to show up.
I think at about the time Fire shows up is about the time I'm ready to tell Zoe to message him again.
Yeah.
I would say probably at like the 4.5 hour mark, Rizwin is finally tired of staring into the crystal for no reason, so she's also starting to get impatient.
Actually, Rizwin, you don't feel nearly as frustrated, as impatient as you might usually. You're just sort of like, oh, him. You know, Zoe messaged him. He'll show up at his own time.
Does Richmond feel like she's on drugs again?
No. Just feel
Maybe
calm.
like a real low level calm emotions has been used.
Yeah.
We'll worry if Rizwin absolutely insists on returning to the Crystal Cave at some point.
Alright, Fire, you return.
Ta-da! I'm here.
What did you find?
Buckload of nothing. I mean, no, there was tunnels. And I explained all the things that I found. Like a really it went down for a long time, and then there was this tunnel who crossed it, very round, and I keep going down, and it smelled really bad, and I see really stinky some sort of water in the down, but it was so narrow that I cannot reach, so I don't think they went that way. And explored the two tunnels, very round the sides, one leads to fucking nowhere, it like keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. On the other side, after a while, there was this big cavern with a bunch of little slimies. So I decided, nope, and came back.
Can Pert use that story to try to nature check what the tunnel was?
Sure. I don't necessarily know that a 15 would be enough for you to know what that was.
Can we say that Pert has a feeling that it's probably a giant tunneling creature?
It does sound like something that a giant tunneling creature would make. You're not exactly sure what, like it'd have to be real frickin' big.
Yeah. So Pert's going to suggest that maybe going down there by yourself again is a mistake.
What I think the conclusion we've reached is we've eliminated that as a direction of travel.
I mean,
We've reduced it as a priority?
I would, yeah, it's a last resort. If we don't find anything, I think that is an option.
So shall we then travel here?
How did you guys how did you go up there?
It looks like it would be very difficult to get up there without flying. So we think it's less likely that they went that way.
Jamie,
Okay.
does Moss have magic?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I should have asked that a long fucking time ago. So he's only got the basic elvish stuff, and that's at the most.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say the major down path then. Because Fire seemed to have some inclination to that direction.
Okay.
Anyone else have opinions?
I think that going there is a very smart idea.
Yeah, that's the major down path, not the tunnel hole.
No, tunnel bad.
Well,
Yeah,
tunnel
tunnel
might
no
be
good.
good if they've been kidnapped by giant ants, but we don't know that.
Alright. Any dissenting opinion?
Also, growing up on a volcanic island, Jamie, knowing that's probably like sulfur springs or something like that, that would be kind of bad to breathe in for a prolonged period of time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
be down there for a long period of time.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Jamie didn't make me do some sort of con check. I would have died.
You were a spider.
Well, let's let bygones be bygones.
Adventure
Markstone.
ho!
Uh-huh.
Alright. Figure out a way to get over there, I guess.
Let's do it.
Alright. I would like everybody to make me an athletics check, as you have to do a little bit of hopping from platform to platform to get down there.
Zoe casts Fly on Kamale and Rizwin, the two strongest members of the party. They ferry everyone except for Fire over.
I don't think you can carry somebody when you're flying.
Nope.
Damn.
Did you say it was athletics?
Yes. Before you say anything, I gotta check something.
No.
I don't think I think Melis will be fine with this. There isn't really a lot of verticality to this, and you get the sense that Melis as a cat, can make these jumps a little bit easier than you.
Probably.
Yes, but can I make some argument that acrobatics?
Or at least tumble rolls to land when I fail the athletics.
Sure.
Merci.
Alright, Pert makes it over the first few without trouble, stumbles on one, but does a pretty graceful roll out of it, and makes it to the other side. Kamale, easy peasy, thuds his way over. Yep. Rizman also makes it over, although with a bit of a scary misstep in the middle. Emma! You could do acrobatics instead if you wanted.
Much better.
It's a little better.
Missed your dice today.
Yeah. Emma, you jump over the first gap. Okay. You jump over the second one, and your foot slips, and you start to go falling backwards. Rizwin, you are right in front of Emma.
Close enough to help.
You can try.
What kind of roll would you like?
You can make a dexterity save to try and catch him.
Oh well.
I love that win, but I'm pretty sure you're falling too now.
Yep, with a natural one. Now both Emma and Rizwin are falling back into the gap.
No.
Both of you make a dex save. Another one.
I mean, I'm doing really good with dex saves today.
Yeah, Emma, you catch on the ledge. So you're just like hanging off the top ledge. Rizwin goes tumbling down 30 feet and lands square on her tailbone, taking 6 points of damage.
Not that much. I thought Impendable Doom.
And make another deck save as you have landed on the edge of another platform. Alright. This time you are able to catch yourself before you go over another one and take more fall damage.
Is Rizwan kind of trapped out in the middle of nowhere now?
You do not see Rizwin. Rizwin fell.
I run to the edge where Risen fell off.
Alright, looking down you can see Rizwin's about 30 feet below, hanging onto another rock outcropping.
It looks like if I were to lower a rope, they could grab the rope without risking falling.
Probably! Do you hurry up?
I can wait. I can waste a big boy spell.
I grab the rope and
So he sends the owl down to go touch Rizwan and cast fly on her.
Dang, owls are broken.
Zoe,
Do I
he
need
cast.
help getting up?
I grab Emma.
Okay. Camille helps Emma up. As Rizwin flies to safety.
I kind of imagine myself picking Emma up like a...
Okay, now my...
You got a kitten.
Oh yeah,
By the
probably.
bed.
Okay. Can I roll acrobatics?
Sure.
Oh, thanks.
Right. The rest of the journey across goes without incident, although a little more carefully. And you all make it into this tunnel.
Just lots of no eye contact from Rizwan.
No one says anything.
Yeah, no. So he goes over and gives Rizwan a hug and says, "I'm glad you're okay."
Mama clings to Melis.
Oh, hey. Temporary hit points. Forgot about those.
Yeah. Alright. So you continue down this tunnel. Past more growths of these crystals. I would like everybody to make me a perception check.
This is all exploratory for me.
Hey, Pert finally woke up.
Oh, I was so excited. I saw the green number and then my number.
Do we still have light from crystal, or we still have
Yes.
in the dark?
It lasts until your next long rest. Damn.
On a side note, well, Zoe spent the entire day pretty much doing nothing. She holds up in her invention, which is a tube with a light stone inside of it that acts like a torch. And by torch, I mean flashlight.
A British torch.
And then look, you can put your hand over it and it goes away.
Pert is fascinated.
What
Alright.
happens when you leave me alone for an entire day? You fly around. It's an interesting thing.
I have books if you need a book.
Okay, continuing down along this path, passing more crystals. Pert and Fire, you hear something. I need
hear something.
You hear kind of a scuffing sound, and then a couple of footsteps. A little more shuffling.
Human footsteps?
You don't know. Something with feet.
Okay, hard to tell. I understand. No, there's just
Hard.
the sound of leather boots or chainmail armor versus
It's not.
skittering
It's not
claws.
metal. It's not metal.
Okay.
And it also doesn't sound.
Hard stop and warn the people.
Yeah, I'd say so. Pert pulls his hood up, makes sure he doesn't have the light, and prepares to go ahead by himself.
Okay.
And Pert
Make your stealth check.
stealth down the hall.
All right. It's still pretty light here. Thanks to the crystals, you don't actually need the light rocks. With the 31, you are pretty friggin' confident that nobody's going to notice you.
And sorry,
Mhm.
that's the exactly number 50, not 20 from Perth. And that's the first 50 we have.
Very nice. Pert, you poke your head around a crystal, and you see a person. There is somebody sitting on the ground with a leather pack beside them, and you can't this person has black hair. They're facing away from you, so you can't get a good look at their face.
Pert will hand wave to the others and then circle around the person's camp so that he's approaching from the opposite direction from the others before giving one quick more glance at them, just in case there's any warning signs, like leeches glowing out of their skin or something, before he approaches.
All right. So does everybody else is slowly approaching?
Yeah, I think we're slowly approaching.
Yeah, it's
Right.
only one person.
That's all Pert sees. Pert, you make your way around the other side. And you see somebody with black hair and pale skin laying up or sitting up against a crystal that seems to be dozing. A young half-elf with a large scar that goes down his face. And he looks kind of familiar, but you're not really sure why.
Out of character. Oh, the person I could never remember.
Thought we could remember them finally.
Nope.
Pert will pull down his hood and call out, "Hey, old friend, have you been stuck here long?"
He starts awake and pulls up a short sword that was laying beside him and points it towards you, and then stops. Oh! Tries to quickly stand up.
And Pert will gesture for him to sit. It's exhausting working through these tunnels. I understand. Don't press yourself. Catch your breath.
And he looks down and pinches his arm and looks back up at you.
Oh, that I'm real?
Yeah.
Okay. Pert will walk over and put a hand on his shoulder. You look exhausted, friend. Tell me what's happened. Pert's playing the casual, I'm sure I know this person, but I'm embarrassed not to remember their fucking name.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna act... I've totally just always called them friend, and pal, and buddy, and Yeah, no, we're totally friends. I remember you from college, right? Yeah, college.
He sits back down and starts crying.
And Pert will find like a scrap of rag or something for him, and offer the water skin as well.
Alright. Everybody else, you hear Pert saying something to somebody?
If he's talking, he's not fighting, so move in.
Yeah, let's go
Alright.
see.
And you move in, and you see Pert standing over this young half-elf that looks familiar to everybody, but you're not quite sure why. And he's just like sitting on the ground crying.
Why do you make him cry?
I cannot remember if I said this, but I at least thought it, that after we left, I can't remember if it was Astoria or Marielda, sometime in the past 2 weeks, she actually has fastened that symbol of Shar to her glaive, so it should be pretty obvious to anybody that sees her.
Okay.
I approach and kind of assess the situation. Can I give it a good look of how malnutrition this person is?
Make a medicine check. You're not sure.
Fire might be sure.
They look pretty thin,
God damn
lip
it.
chapped.
But go outside and push it on. Let me see. And I start like looking at this eye, looking at how you feel. Something here? Are you hurt? Do you need anything? Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. Have a good room.
No, I'm okay.
You are not hungry?
I guess a little bit.
Have it. It's good for you. Do you remember your name?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I can't believe that you guys are here.
Were you part of Mouse's party?
No. Sorry. He stands up. You probably don't remember me.
You, be honest, you're familiar, but shrug, hand gesture, confused face look.
That's okay. He holds his hand out to Fire to shake. My name's Xander.
Ander?
Xander.
Sander. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Why do I remember this name?
Because I probably said it.
Do you
Yeah.
Dakota, remember this name? Because she said it in the first arc.
Yeah, I question know who it is. Fire doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good to see sound. Eat this room. Are you hurt? How much is with me here?
I actually don't know how long I've been here.
Fair income. How many poops have you had being here?
He starts laughing.
I mean, that's a valid question.
Yeah, but the worse the malnutrition gets, the less you poop.
I have an account.
What are you guys doing down here?
We are rescuing the rescue party.
And also, the rescue party was sent to rescue.
Hopefully.
Oh,
Master
that's
Moss
good.
has been gone for quite some time. Were you with one of the two parties?
I was with the rescue party. I managed to convince them that I should come along. Thought they might need my help. He kind of looks away awkwardly.
Okay.
I assume that. I mean, I have a player, no, I don't. But does Rizwin get anything like Yeah, some young soldier that I recognize. That's where I know him from.
He is not wearing a uniform.
So let's rest here. Take your time. Grab more food if you want. Grab more drink, and tell us what happened at the pace you want.
Would I be able to connect the bag of that had the money in it that he gave me with him in any loose manner? Like, oh yeah, I borrowed
Nope.
this from you. Here, have it back.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. Nope.
Because I still
Nope.
have that fucking bag.
You got a god running interference on on your perceptions.
Yep.
Oh, is this why I don't know who this is? Because it was from the one I wasn't involved in?
No. He.
What?
Okay.
Well,
Out of
partially.
character?
Partially.
Yes, okay. But he showed up a second time
Yeah.
He's the one that paid us
on the
after.
way up the stairs?
Yes. But yeah, I can
I
see
would-
how you might not sort of remember him so well if you didn't meet him first off.
It was
I
an angular rock in the first session we had without you and Camille.
Out of character, he's the paladin, or he's the cleric of Shar.
So we sit down,
all forgot that.
or at least
I
I
hadn't.
we sit down, or at least I sit down. And,
Okay.
I don't know.
He sits down.
Camp, food, water. Are we cold?
No, it's fucking boiling down here.
That's just that you're healthy, at least.
I can, I've been okay for water, but food's been getting kind of scarce.
Does it look like you might have, like, I don't know, dysentery or anything?
No! He doesn't look
Disease.
that bad. And as you sit and he eats a good shrimp, he tells you that he was with the rescue party with the soldiers and Malir.
What happened to them?
Well, we came down this way a while ago, and the tunnel keeps going for a while, and we ran into some drow, and they took everybody prisoner. But I was able to get away. They didn't notice me. And I didn't know where to go. So I came back here. And I know where they are. I know where the camp is, but I just...
Just needed a hand up, and Pert symbolically holds his hand out.
Yeah.
Well,
Our drow-
we're here to help.
Are drow known to be bad news in general?
You know jack shit about drow. There's very little information about the culture of the Underdark back up top, and anything that you would know, it would be vastly out of date.
Okay.
Is it possible that we even don't know what they are?
There are, you have heard of dark elves. I think there's probably even a couple that, like, you know, have lived on the surface. But they're very rare. You know, that
Okay.
there are elves that live underground. I mean, I guess you've seen the pictures, that were in the Sheras Mausoleum.
That's true. Well, do you feel well enough to show us where this was, or do you need some time to rest?
No, I can show you. I think I've been doing a little too much resting. He kind of breathes out a big breath like he's, prepping himself.
Offers a hand, so maybe I don't know how good he can walk.
He takes it, stands up.
Do you walk?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. On another room?
Sure.
Room.
Right, he eats the shroom. And those with a high passive perception, you see him look up at the ceiling and just mouth, "Thank you."
Pert will make a point of not supporting him, but, standing just off to his side, being there.
And as you're sort of making your way through the end of this crystal forest, he is happy to talk. He asks you why, what led you down here?
Well, two occurrences, in fact. My old mentor pointed us in this direction, as well as, and she gestures at Bert. His old mentor is among those that you followed down here.
Oh. I hope they're okay. We didn't actually manage to catch up to them.
Do you think they got past the drows?
I don't know. After a little bit of walking, the crystals start to get fewer and far between. And the passage starts to get much more small and narrow pretty quickly. You see...
Sorry, are we on dark now?
Yeah, it is pretty dark now.
Okay, I think this is what I slap Pat in the face to give me dark vision.
It's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, and Pert will give Fire a hug and thanks.
Anytime you want.
It's at this point, everybody make a perception check. Everybody who has... Well, no, everybody, because you have a light. Wow.
You kind of stunned me a little bit there, Fire.
Harumasum. Nobody.
I would, just at some point while we're walking, I would also like to talk to him quickly, so if we're getting to a point where that's not going to be possible.
Okay. No,
Okay.
The 15 and aboves, you see, like, when Fire does this thing to Pert, and he makes a bit of a noise, Xander kind of uses that opportunity. You see, actually, let me check something real quick. You hear him mutter something under his breath. And you see somatic components or not. You do. And despite the fact that there's light, it seems to get like a little bit darker around you, but it doesn't feel bad or uncomfortable. You almost feel like your footsteps are being muffled by it. Zoe can make an Arcana check.
Why do I
Hey.
not have Arcana?
I sorry, I was muted. I know this spell. I have used it before. And I think Emma too.
Oh, okay. Then Fire, you would probably recognize the spell as Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, I have that too.
Zoe, I don't know. Oh, I guess if Fire's cast it before, then you would also recognize it. And I think you probably clue into the fact that maybe this is how they got past all of the creatures.
Yeah, they smarter than us.
We gotta remember to check our spell list, guys.
I check it.
Remember to read the spells in our spell list.
What's a spell list?
Something you don't have.
I have a spell list. It's called Sneak Attack.
Alright, so with a little bit of added sneak, you keep going down the tunnel and you see it branches into at one point, but Xander takes the left path without even pausing. And this tunnel gets even smaller, even narrower, and pretty soon you find yourselves having to walk single file.
Before we get to the point where we have to walk single file, I'll just fall in next to him briefly and say, You seem to know us very well, but you seem to think that it was normal that we didn't know you? How is this possible?
Well, everybody knows who you are. You saved the city from zombie army. And, I'm not exactly the most memorable person. Kind of looks away.
It's rare. Can I say that I at least recognize the fact that he is casting a spell, even if I don't know it?
Yeah.
It's rare to meet another person with such magical gifts. I would think we would remember if we had met.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Jeez, Rizwin. Poor man, look at him. Don't be so aggressive.
Just being cautious.
He helped us. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're great, and I think or I don't know. Maybe you have this soul of a druid, and you don't know it. Maybe you know it. I don't know. Keep rambling while we walk.
He kind of says, now's maybe a good time to be quiet. We're getting close.
Okay.
Okay, and can I just insight check to see if I'm getting any sort of...
Sure.
Basically, I'm a little suspicious, and I just want to see if that's valid.
Okay, give me an insight. He is... He is acting like a little bit, not shifty, but, like definitely trying to divert your queries and questions. But you get the sense that that's more due to nervousness. Or general anxiety.
Okay, so he just seems... He's been underground for a while, he's kind of wound up.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll still keep an eye on him, but I'm not questioning him at glaive point or anything.
It is about 2 hours from the time you left Xander's camp when you come to a cave-in the passage. There's rocks and rubble blocking it completely. But Xander, who's at the front of the line, reaches out and moves a stone to the side and motions for the next person in line to look. He says, "Put the lights out."
Then
I'll
Pert
let
will
Pert
go
go.
to. Sorry?
So I was going to let you go.
Pert will pull up his hood and go to the front and take a peek.
Alright. Kurt, you have dark vision, yes?
Correct.
Okay. Beyond this blockage lies a camp of a couple dozen tarps and tents. You can hear water dripping from the ceiling. And there's a faint blue light from crystals set up around the camp that reflects off puddles on the ground. As you watch, a pair of dark-skinned, white-haired elves dressed in beautifully ornate leather armor walk through the camp. A patrol, it looks like to you. You see another one carrying a sack of something from a pile underneath the tarp. Most of the camp you can't see very well. The light of the crystals is pretty minimal.
How many total warriors do I seem to pick up?
You only see the two that are patrolling around right now, as well as the one carrying a sack of something. But there are about 2 dozen tents, a couple of tarps.
So they're probably
At least from what you can tell.
So they're probably in some kind of rest cycle right now.
Shrug.
Pert will nod and go back and whisper to the others, describing what he saw: the small patrol, the 2 dozen or so tents set up, implying as much as 48 people if it's 2 per tent. Was there any sign of where the prisoners were?
You did not see them.
Then I'll ask the person whose name just always escapes me. Xander, yes. I'll ask Xander where the prisoners were being kept.
I don't know, I haven't seen them.
So that gives us 2 options. Either me and Xander sneak in and try to free the prisoners by stealth, or else we go far cruder.
No. We go in and try and talk them into releasing them.
Yeah, we give them the option to release them, and then if they don't, we go from there.
How many people do they see?
Pert currently sees 3, or did see 3.
In 2 dozen tents?
Yeah.
Be right back, bathroom.
Okay, we're almost done anyways. I think, actually, that now is a good time to stop so that you all can discuss and think about what angle you want to approach this at for next week.
Yeah. Do we level up?
You do not.
But why?
Because we didn't get there.
We didn't.
You got to the drow camp, you didn't get through the drow camp.
Damn it.
All right, and the answer is we go in there heavy.
Oh boy.
Camille actually wouldn't go in there heavy at first. He would try to negotiate with them. people. They attack him, that's a very different thing.
Actually, one last thing I will give you before we wrap up. Xander says, Captain Malier tried that. Nobody spoke the same language.
I think I can.
Maybe you can. I would double check.
See if you speak Undercommon.
Who here speaks Undercommon?
Oh, I can't. It's through bullshit magic if I can do it.
Back.
Alright.
David, can I ask you something?
Yo.
Can you not roll for the sake of rolling if Jamie didn't ask? It's giving me a headache every time. I don't know if we need to count it or not.
Sure.
Thank you.
Alright, David, we are done for the night.
Does Pert speak Undercommon?
Nope.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Uh-huh.
That's why Pert was arguing for us stealthing in and trying to free the prisoners, rather than trying to negotiate with people we don't speak to, thus giving them time to kill the prisoners.
Maybe they speak Elvish, who knows?
Yeah, maybe. We might be lucky.
I don't know, it's kind of hard. I feel like stealthing is, if it goes